Welcome to our Adios oil class. We're so excited to talk about products that help if you have oily skin. So if you're shiny by the end of the day, you're in the right place. And if your skin's really dry, hang around because maybe you know someone who has oily skin that can benefit from this class. Or if you're the winner, I'm going to make sure the gift matches your skin type. So I'm giving away our miracle set, the Go set. This is amazing. Lasts 2 full weeks, so you can give it a try and see, is this a good formula for my skin? It comes in formulas for normal to dry and a formula for combination to oily. So whoever's the winner, you just let me know what's your skin type. And welcome. We already have Ruth Tybell on. We have Mary Lynn Goddard. I'm so glad, Mary Lynn. Are you home? I hope you're not in the hospital anymore. I hope you're not in the care center. I hope you're home. So can't wait to hear how things are going. Edith, welcome. And Tirsa, I'm so glad you're here. And Jennifer's on. Welcome. Yes, it is a great kit. So fun. I love these for travel too, because then it's just nice to pack something simple and easy. And so I'm with my friend Christine. We're going to be talking about some of our favorite products. And that's good to know. So you're home. I'm glad you're home, but I'm sorry that it's still rough. We'll be sending lots of positive thoughts and prayers your way, Mary Lynn. So as you are recovering. So Christine, if they don't know you, I think some of them probably do because you've been my co-host before, but I'd like to hear a little about you, why you joined Mary Kay, and what you've loved about it.
Right, yeah. So I'm Christine Heath. I joined Mary Kay about a year ago, back in September. Um, and I have four beautiful kids. We're on fall break right now, as I was telling Roseanne. And the reason why I joined Mary Kay was because I would come to classes like this, or I would come to our like Winning Wednesdays and just learn just all about the fabulous things that Mary Kay does for women, and what they put into their products is just wonderful. Um, and so I needed something to be flexible with me being a busy mom of
Mm-hmm.
four kids. If anybody has had troubles trying to find um, a good job that can work with your schedule, this has been the one, because I love the values of God first, family second, career third. Just because
I
that's just what
agree.
I believe in. Mary Kay
Mm-hmm.
was smart to come up with that. So, but yeah, I just love the products, and so I wanted to be able to tell all you guys all about them. So,
Yeah. So cool. So cool. And welcome. Ashley just hopped on. Welcome, Ashley. I hope your mom's feeling better and your nephew, and not fun when people are sick because, oh, yeah, we want to enjoy the holidays. So let's get the sickness gone with and let's start feeling better. So, okay. So, what we're going to do is talk about these different products. I'm going to talk about the first skincare line, and then Christine will talk about the next, and then some of the supplements that can help with oily skin. And then we're going to spin the wheel and find out what the gift of purchase is. And at the very end, we'll spin the wheel and find out who is our winner of our Go set. And these are amazing. Like I said, if you haven't tried it, for you to see how it works, or if you love it already, have it for a travel product. The stomach epidemic has left the house. So that's not fun that you guys went through that, but I'm glad that it's gone. Hopefully it was fast and over with. So, okay. So we're going to talk about a skincare set first. This one is our Time Wise Miracle Set. So anything with the word Time Wise is also anti-aging. And if I'm going to be taking the time to wash my face, might as well be fighting fine lines and wrinkles at the same time. That's how I think about it. So unless you're like, in your teens, we're going to talk about a different product actually about that. But this is great if you're 20 and above and this specific formula is more for oily skin, but you can also get it in normal to dry. So I think of it as the cutest, most adorable family story. So I have the products right here because order of application is so key. If you use the correct application on skincare, you're going to get better results. And so there is a reason to that. So I'm just going to show super quick because I think it's the most adorable story. And I did not come up with this, but someone in Mary Kay that was brilliant did, and they shared it. So I don't take credit for this, but I think of it like a family. So a family has like brothers and sisters and mom and dad and baby and all that. So this is the dad of the family, the cleanser, nice and tall and handsome. So he's leading. That's the cleanser. So you always want to make sure after you clean off your eye makeup, the next step is to wash your face. Or if in the morning, this is your very first step. Then we have the mom, and mom and moisturizer both start with the letter M. So that helps you remember mom and moisturizer. So dad and mom, this is like the bare bones of skincare. This is like your toothbrush and your toothpaste, right? At night. Like you can't have one without the other. This is just like, and if you're not using a skincare set, I would just start basic and start with these two products. You're going to see a huge difference in your skin. And a lot of times, hopefully my friend Christina London's okay with this now, or with me sharing this, but I remember she purchased this from me. And then months later was like, oh man, I'm just been so oily lately. And I was like, okay, so tell me more. Are you using, the skincare that you got? How, do you feel like you're using it twice a day? She's like, oh, you know what? I haven't even opened it yet. She was using up something else. And as soon as she started using this, in like 1 or 2 days, she started noticing a huge difference. She was less oily in the T-zone. And so, it's one thing to buy the product and a different thing to actually use it. And Christina London is one of the most like true to her word person. But, even people like that, sometimes we forget that, oh yeah, we bought that, or something. So, yeah, I love the integrity Christina has, but I'm glad I asked questions because I was like, oh, well, tell me more about it. So, but anyway, so she noticed the difference really quickly. And I'd be curious if anyone on here who has oily skin, when they start using it, how they feel. So this cute little eye cream is the baby that goes in between the parents so it doesn't get lost. When you're using an eye cream, I like to use that as the first step that stays on. So you use the cleanser, you rinse it off, but then after that, I like to do the eye cream next. That way you don't have any other products on your fingers as you're putting on your eye stuff. So you just do the eye right there. So that's the little baby, goes in between the parents. Then we have big brother and big sister. And big brothers protect you, big sisters correct you. So big brothers, the protection SPF 30, that's great to have on the skin. And I like that sunscreen to be the very last layer. So it's closest to the sun. So that is your last layer, daytime defender. And then big sisters. I'm a big sister and guilty. Been known to correct my siblings multiple times. I still do. I don't like it, but sister privileges, I guess. But this vitamins, you want this resveratrol, which is the most powerful known antioxidant that can be applied topically to the skin. So it's not retinol, but it's resveratrol, which is such, like, there's so many different environmental stressors and, aging. And so just having those vitamins close to the skin. So you want to put that on before your moisturizer. So it goes cleanser, eye cream, night recovery at night, then you end with the moisturizer. So big sister kind of pushes her way in the middle. And there's your cute little family. So that's the order of application. You can get the complete set for $150, or if you don't want to get the eye cream, you can get it for $116. And there is a little travel set, which we're giving away today, but you can always purchase this. It's $28 as well. So that's there. So, okay. So that's a little about time-wise. Most of the skincare in that lasts about 4 months. Some I can get lasts 5, and the eye cream usually lasts me 3, but on average, 4 to 5 months. Okay, and Christine, let's have you talk about the mattifying skincare.
Yeah, so this is our Mary Kay skincare line. We have 2 formulas. We have hydration, and then we have the mattifying. The mattifying more helps, as we're saying, with oily skin. It doesn't irritate the skin. The cleanser actually helps for the next step. And an exfoliation scrub and a toner to help brighten the skin. And actually, I was on, and I still am on the hydrating one. But just after I used just those products, I was just like, my skin is just like I was like, I'm in heaven. I'm sold on the skincare line. I love the skincare line. But yeah,
your skin looks gorgeous, by the way.
I don't know. Yeah. Thank you. But yeah, it's gentle on the skin, suitable for all skin types. And And again, with our mattifying one, it doesn't leave your skin so tight or whatever. Most products, if you
Yeah.
wash your face with, they leave your skin feeling like tight. And I know us as women, we don't like have our skin feeling like tight and dry and whatever. But yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
this is
So cool. So
and good
there's
for
two. Oh, yes, go ahead.
and it's good for teenagers too. I had my
Mhm.
daughter try the Mary Kay. So for teenagers, you're looking for non-aging stuff, whatever. This is a good
Yeah.
product to get them started on.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah, the cleanser in the mattifying is like a gel type cleanser, whereas the one Christine uses for the hydrating is like creamy and so they're different formulas, different skin types. I absolutely love. Like if I was a teenager, I would be in heaven with using this. And this is very similar to what my mom had me on with Clinique, was a cleanser, toner, and a moisturizer. And yeah, it's never too early to start. Well, maybe like too early if you're like a baby or something. But I feel like around the age of 12 is like, and how old is your daughter now?
She's 14.
13. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, so that is a great
Oh,
time to be getting into those good skincare hygiene habits. Self-care helps our mental health so much. So personal
oh yeah,
hygiene, yeah, I'll leave that.
yeah.
Cool. Oh, and Ashley, that sounds awful. I'm glad it was fast and furious, though. 24-hour thing. Yeah, not fun to have that, but glad. Sometimes I'd rather it just be really bad for 24 hours and then just feel better than like have a cold that lasts like 3 weeks or something, or a cough or something. But anyway. Okay. And then Chris, actually, I'm going to talk about this. I thought we were doing the charcoal mastics. Nope. Psych. Beauty blotters. So these are oil absorbing tissues. They come in 75 tissues are in a package. And I have personally never used these because I am dry. So I've never had an oily T-zone in my entire life. There are perks of having oily skin. So when you start to complain, think, I won't get wrinkles as easily. Okay. Okay. I'm okay with the shine. So um, dry skin tends to wrinkle a lot quicker. Oily skin, you look younger longer. So think of it that way. But this is just, you can pat it on your face. You can actually even have your makeup on. It won't disturb your makeup. It's perfect to have in your purse or at your office desk or at home, in the car. So that is our beauty blotters. Those are only $8 and you get 75. Okay, now it's Christine's turn.
Okay, and actually it's funny because I used this this morning, but this is our charcoal mask, and I love how in the pictures, the before and after, when using it, that their skin um, looks clearer, and I use it with our clear proof acne set as well. We have that for a different class. But another thing I love to use with it is I love our mask applicator, because I don't like to get my fingers really
Mm-hmm.
dirty with this, even though it washes off fairly easily. But I just love this because it helps spread it out a little bit more. And I thought of something funny um, that I was going to share, that this would be a good kind of coal to get in my stocking, I think. Because I know most of us don't like to get the clump of coal, but I think this would be
Yeah.
a better type of coal to have in our stocking. So I was like, oh, gotta share that. Gotta share
Yeah,
that. Because we
that
had our
is so
open
perfect.
house, and I'm like, huh. But yeah,
Yeah.
just after um, just using it, just my skin just feels just like much more clean. There's no um, like no more shine to it or whatever kind of a thing. And I'm just like, okay, if I would known about this a lot sooner, way before
Yeah.
I even knew about Mary Kay or whatever, that maybe, I don't know, but it's an amazing product. And I love it.
I would have used this a lot as a teenager on my nose. I was always buying those like nose strip things as a teenager. And yeah, this is so satisfying to see it pull to the surface. And then it's very gentle to remove. And yeah, so yeah,
Mhm.
perfectly said, Christine. This is,
Yeah.
if you're looking for a stocking stuffer, putting some charcoal in the stock.
Very cool.
And it's a great gift for guys or girls, as you can see in the picture.
Mhm.
Uh, and I've even used it on, bee stings, wasp stings, mosquito bites. And then my friend says that they've used it on, teenagers on the back when you get back knee, like put on some charcoal mask, let it dry. I mean, you probably just have to like lay down let it dry, but lay on your stomach, I guess, so it can dry on your back. But anyway, lots of fun uses. Charcoal is so cleansing, and I've never done this. If any of you want to try this, let me know. But you can put it on the bottom of your feet, because your feet are like a map of your body, and like just pulling out anything toxic. So anyway, if you're sitting around for a while, have some charcoal mask on your feet and see what it does for you. I've never tried it.
Love to hear.
Yeah, I know. I'm curious. Yay, Amanda's on. Yay, I'm so glad you're here. I know I haven't checked the Facebook group yet. We got to do that here soon. Okay, and the last one I'm going to talk about is the oil-free hydrating gel. This is our lightweight, oil-free, like a moisturizer. So I think of these as an extra supplement when you have really oily skin, and by the end of the day, you don't need a sunscreen because you're going to bed, but having something like this just to help balance the skin, because oily skin, you still actually need a moisturizer, because if you don't give yourself a moisturizer, your skin will start to even just overproduce even more oil because it's not getting like a good balance of hydration. So it's like overcompensating. So our dermatologists highly recommend having a lightweight oil-free moisturizer for people with oily skin. And I use the version for dry skin, and so when I feel like I'm extra dry, I love that intense one. So this one smells like heaven. I feel like I think heaven's gonna smell this way. So I love opening it up and just smelling it. I'm like, there should be a candle of this, but anyway. So what we're gonna do right now is spin the wheel and find out what the gift with purchase is gonna be. And oh, yay, it worked. Cool. Sometimes I have to like stop one and start the other. Let's spin the wheel, find out what the gift with purchase is. And it looks like it's going to be a mini hand lotion. This was the best. Well, Ashley's mom's going to be stealing hers. So she's always stealing her lotion. Yeah, so the mini hand lotion is the gift with purchase. So maybe we talked about something that you're thinking, oh, I like that. That sounds good. Or maybe you're just running out of something: mascara, moisturizer, eyeliner, brow product, whatever, skincare, makeup. Or maybe it's something that you want to give as a gift for the holiday season. So we have our pampering pumpkins and all the fun holiday ideas that were shared yesterday. So either way, whatever you purchase from your consultant, you'll get a mini hand lotion, and send her a reminder because, hey, and remember, with my order, I get a mini hand lotion. So that's always helpful for us. And what we're going to do right now is we are going to play our referral game, and I can get them all straight, and give you a moment to think about who you love that you'd love to give the gift of a free pampering treatment. This also gives me time to make sure all your names are entered into our wheel of names for our final giveaway. And these women can live anywhere in the United States. Your consultant has a goal to do 30 facials every single month. And actually, we're working on doing a quarterly goal of 100 facials. And so this is a huge way to help out. So as a thank you, you can get one glamour item of your choice. So makeup item, mascara, lip gloss, eyeshadow, eyebrow, blush, brow tint. You can get one makeup item of your choice 50% off when you share 12 referrals. And I'm going to say, if you share 24, you can just get one for free. How about that for a little special tonight as your consultant's about halfway through on the 100 face challenge. And so these guests can live locally and they can get together in person. Or if they don't live locally, we can totally send samples for them to be pampered from the privacy of their own home. And I think it's fun to compliment someone, thinking of the hardest working woman, the happiest woman, someone who brings you joy, the risk taker in your group. And if you can't think of someone who describes one of those, you can just write someone else's name down instead. I had one little story. I had someone write someone who had a baby. So I texted her and said, oh, your friend referred you to a facial and said you just had a baby. And, and she's like, 6 years ago. So I asked my friend, I was like, that's so funny. We had the funniest laugh. And she said, well, she was like the most recent person I could think of. I was like, told me and crossed it off. But anyway, we got a good laugh out of that. So, 6 years ago. I'm at that point now. My youngest is 6. So, okay. So make sure if you haven't typed your name in the chat that it's in there, or you text me or something. So I'm going to check Facebook as well. But I'll play some music, give you a chance. Wish I had some Halloween music. That would be fun. But let's try this one. If I don't like it, I'll change it. We'll see how this goes. Some rock music. There we go. Okay, that was some rock music. Really rocked out. And welcome, Joaquin. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for supporting Donna. So as we wrap up, we're going to talk a little about the deals that we have going on and this our best kept secret too. So on here, the bundle and save sheet. So we talked mostly about skincare and of course supplements that help with oily skin. So the time-wise repair. So I have very dry skin, love time-wise repair. I have customers with oily skin. They love the repair. It's the craziest skincare line. It's for all skin types and it adjusts to your skin color. So it's the science on that skincare. Whew, is amazing. So we didn't talk about repair, but just saying, if you want the repair, it doesn't really matter what type of skin you have, as long as you're not pregnant or nursing. There's retinol in that moisturizer in the night cream. So you don't want to use retinol when you're pregnant or nursing. The Miracle Set is what we talked about today, and that's the anti-aging skincare line. It can come in a formula for normal to dry or combination to oily. It can come in a mini set as well for the travel set for $28, the full set for $150, or just without the eye cream $116. And then what Christine talked about was the Mary Kay set. That's $80. Each piece is $20. So it makes it really easy for me to remember those prices. And you can start as simple, like with the cleanser and moisturizer, or you can add the toner, or you can add the scrub, which is great to keep in the shower and just use it a couple times a week. That's really great and geared towards girls in their teens. Or anyone with like really sensitive skin. That line is our entry-level skincare line, so it's super gentle and a really great option for that. Clear Proof can also help with oily skin and acne if you have that. And like Christine said, we'll talk about that at a different class. And then we talked about the masking, the charcoal mask, which that mask by itself is $26. You can put it where you're more oily, and it helps pull excess oil, blackheads, whiteheads to the surface, impurities. And there's another mask for dry skin. So I have it paired with the two different masks. And then I love, Christine, that you showed that mask applicator.
Yeah.
And that is a great way to apply it and not have to get on your fingers. Just a really nice, smooth application. So that's the masking set. You can get them all three together for $64, or if you're just needing one of the masks, you can get that separately as well. And then we talked about the beauty blotters. Those are $8, and you get 75 sheets, and those are oil absorbing tissues, and the oil-free hydrating gel, which is $36 and is in a jar. And it's just a really lightweight oil-free moisturizer to give your skin more balance, so it's less oily. So that is what we talked about today. And then we have our bigger specials, the Princess, Queen, and Cadillac. So when you're buying multiple bundles, we like to give you a savings. So the Princess, when you pick out 4 sets on the page, you just pay $199 and you get our travel roll-up bag. So what could that look like? The Miracle set, that counts as 2 sets without the eye cream, 3 sets with the eye cream. And let's say you add the masking set, there's 4 sets right there, right? Mm-hmm. So then instead of it being like 224 or 214, if I'm doing my math correct, it's only $199 plus the free $40 bag. Or maybe it's like you're thinking of your own skincare, the Miracle skincare set, and that, you know, you want the eye cream, so all 3 sets, that counts as 3. And then maybe you're like, I want to get the Mary Kay set for my daughter or my granddaughter to have under the tree or in her stocking for Christmas, and, you know, to just really give the gift of clear skin with Clear Proof if they have acne. So that could be, you know, different scenarios. Or satin hands, satin lips, super popular for winter time. The makeup section, if you're running low on mascara, eyeliner, eye makeup remover, I like to switch those out every 3 months. And so that's what that bundle and save sheet looks like. Of course, things can be purchased individually, but there's a way where you can kind of see what we talked about, see how you can get a savings on them. And then our best kept secret is our starter kit. So Christine, it's been 1 year now, a year and a month, right? Since we hit anniversary. It was $35. Was it $35 when you joined?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then when I joined 15 years ago, it was $100. So wow, Christine, you got
it. Yes, I did.
I have choices. It was $100. So I love that Mary Kay has these awesome business options where if you want to be a part of our Mary Kay family, it's $35 to join. You get some samples, you get a catalog, you get a website, and you have the ability to process debit and credit cards, and you get 50% off on your skincare and makeup. There are no sales quotas in Mary Kay. There's no team building requirements. So I love that it really can be what you want it to be. I wanted it as a side hustle, and then it turned into my main hustle about 4 years into that when I realized like this was so much better than any other opportunity. And I was so grateful for what Mary Kay had done for my life, not only financially, but the freedom and the personal growth and the positive friendships. And now that I'm 40, I love the 50% off on my products. So that is definitely really exciting. I didn't think about that when I was 24. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I thank my 24-year-old self often. $90 an add-on you can do to get full-size products. Comes with the charcoal mask that we talked about and the skincare line. That's for a combination of oily skin for the time wise. Plus a gorgeous bag. That bag is so pretty. I bought one because I liked it so much. And then when we do our orders to Mary Kay, in order to get our 50% discount, our minimum order is $225. We get a hand select what we want, hand select $450 retail. We just pay half of that. And you only have to do that order once every 12 months. And for me, I was not sure if I'd like this opportunity, if I'd be any good at it. But kind of the only way to know is to try. And there was enough pros on there with what Christine talked about, God first, family second, career third, the flexibility, that there's no sales quotas, that I could pamper and uplift women and, give them facial pampering treatments. And so when the pros outweighed the cons, I decided to join. And a big part of that was knowing that if I didn't like it, Mary Kay would buy back at 90% any of my unused products. And that was huge. I just realized it's getting really dark at my house and I feel like I'm sitting in the dark. So turn on the light. It's going to be a little bright, but got the light on. So yay, we can see each other. Anyway, I love summer because it's lighter, longer. And anyway, so let's do our giveaway. How does that sound, Christine?
Let's do it.
See who our lucky winner is. So I have everyone's name on the wheel, as far as I know. So please let me know if you don't see your name. And I have Ruth, Mary Lynn, Edith, Tirsa, Ashley, Amanda, Holly, and Jotina. And this is just for guests who do not own a Mary Kay Beauty Consultant kit, who are not beauty consultants. So we want to thank you so much for being on here, supporting your consultant, and text her right now and let her know that you watch this. She gets credit. We do a count up each week of whoever had the most guests. And so that is very good. Even if you're watching the replay, like the next day or two, please let your consultant know. And I don't see any more comments. So you have about 20 seconds to decide. And then let's say, so text your consultant right now, let her know you're watching it. If there's anything you fall in love with that you want to order or anything you need to reorder, a mini hand lotion is the gift with purchase. And next week, we're going to talk about all the products that are great for dry skin. So I know some of you on here have dry skin, not oily skin, and you're so amazing to hop on. And it looks like Ashley Dutson. It's our winner. Look at the confetti. Woohoo! So Ashley, I'm pretty sure you're normal to dry, but let me know if anything's changed and you can... Yeah, so congratulations. So next week's the one for normal to dry skin. And the week after is our first ever Halloween tips and tricks. And we're going to do a couple different makeup looks that are very easy and doable for anyone to be able to do. So that way, on the very next day on Halloween, you can test some out if you'd like to. So thank you so much. Oh, and Ashley says you can give it to someone. She is such a sweetheart. I know she's won these before, and it sounds like she's stocked up. And if you're sure, Ashley, that is super kind of you. I know someone else who wins is going to be super grateful. And you were so sweet, Ashley. And it looks like Tirsa. Yay, Tirsa. Congratulations. So excited for you. So I will get that sent to you. And thanks again so Ashley still has them. They last a long time. So I definitely agree with that. And even when you've used up everything of your minis and even your full size, you can use some scissors to cut it open and you will have enough for like another week. And then you can just kind of put the lid kind of back on top. And so you're so sweet, Ashley. Enjoy, Tirsa. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. We love you so much. And we'll see you next week. Bye.